As a longtime anime watcher and fan, manga reader, whatever you want to call it, I have seen many character archetypes throughout my day. I have seen many different styles of how they've been approached, and also I just seen some fall off in the younger generation when it comes to people that watch anime now. I feel it's my job to really inform the masses of what all OG anime fans used to either hate, love, depends on
God, why do I always get the insane ones?
Today, I thought I'd go ahead and rank them just to really show and prove which are the best, because as we all know, my opinion is just and all of yours are nothing. God damn it. Today, I'm just going to do a tier list of Deres. I don't even know why I decided to do this. I just thought it would be fun. So I have 29, 30? Somewhere between there. It's 29 or 30. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember, even though I could probably just count, but I'm not going to. 29. As we can see here, first up, we have an iconic, a classic, a true masterpiece, a marvel, Bakadere. And for those who don't know what these characters are, I am going to be giving just a quick little summary of what they are and kind of how they act. The main thing with a Bakadere is a character that they're clumsy, they're a little stupid when it comes to expressing their love. They're oblivious to romance and just kind of their general surroundings, and they don't really know how to express it that much. They are just literally just dumb as a box of rocks, but you love them for it, And I think honestly that's a solid A tier. It can be cute. Sometimes it can be a little annoying when, you're trying to really get them to understand what you're saying, like about love or romance or things like that. It can be a little bit of a pain, but overall though, you love them for it because they are just goofy, and that's what you fall in love. That's what you fall in love with them about. Next up, we have Bodere. Boderes are shy around those that they like, and they get embarrassed really easily, and they don't know how to handle their embarrassment. So that's when they end up throwing hands. That's when they end up literally trying to land the 20-piece combo on you so they can just hide away and not let it known that they're embarrassed and shy. Even though, I'm gonna put that in a C. I'm gonna be honest, because that's just violence.
Violence!
If you can't, if you're not able to really convey your emotions or hide them, and you just have to literally start beating the living crap out of somebody, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of bad. That's a C. I'm gonna be real. I don't actually know how to say it. Byoukidere? Byoukidere. And Byoukidere refers to characters who they're very nice, very kind, always there to really help people out, just very sweet people, but they constantly suffer from physical diseases. They're either sick, they're going to die. Even though they're very nice and helpful, they are just going to die. So whenever you see a character like this, yeah, don't get attached too much, because they're literally just going to fall out relatively soon. I'm gonna be honest. For a Dere type, I mean, I feel bad for him. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of eh. I'll bump it up to B, because they're usually really nice and sweet and whatnot, but Jesus, dude. Next up is Dandere. And Dandere are characters that are usually they're like the antisocial kind of quiet kid, that you would see in the class, almost to the point of emotionless sometimes. But when you really get in, if you get to know them and you start talking about one of their topics, it's just nonstop. You've pulled the pin, pulled the trigger. They are yapathon right then and there. They are literally just someone who you just gotta, literally it is the definition of, you just gotta know them. You have to get to know them. I think that's great, because it's not just one of those ones. It's not like the quick thing where it's oh yeah, talk to this person, start immediately hitting it off, start chatting, really going at it, just really, becoming buddies and friends. I think this one is honestly, I'm gonna say this is probably the first S tier, because it kind of really goes to show that you have to get to know somebody. You have to really put in the time and effort and really show that you're not just there to be a quick friend or something like that. You really want to know more about them, know more about their hobbies, and just be the person that they are willing to talk to like that. I think Dandere is honestly really underrated for the Dere types. Doudere. they're somewhat similar, more of just a asshole. They show no emotions towards anyone, even the person that they love, nonchalant to the people they love. They don't really do much, no expression, literally just like looking at a rock. I'm gonna be honest, Doudere, that's an F tier. If you are like this, you are an asshole. Next up is Deredere, and they are super lovey-dovey. They're not ashamed either. They want people to know that they love you. Someone like that, someone that's willing to go, you know, a little bit overboard. Sometimes it can be a bit much. Sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, the overly affectionate thing, I'm gonna give that a solid S, because I like that, you know? Someone that like you come home immediately and they're just there for you. It's just like they love you and you love them back. And that is chef's kiss. You have an idol, you know, you see them up on stage, they're having a great time, you know, they're smiling, enjoying life, really like going all out, you know, being sweet to the fans. But behind the closed doors, they're twisted. They don't want to like any interaction. They are just kind of gross people, honestly, willing to pop off at any moment, deranged. And literally, they're almost like a Yandere, but they don't enact on the thought. They won't actually go and like stab somebody. They don't want to act cutesy, anything like that. They're just like, I mean, I'd kill for you, but also at the same time, it's like, that's an F. That's just an F. Hajidere is someone that is shy. They get like nervous, shy, intense blushing, they have troubles confessing. They have troubles confessing, and they'll often cry. They might even like pass out. They're not like antisocial or anything. They just have a bit of a harder time around the person that they love. And that's just a solid B tier, you know? I feel like that's just kind of pretty normal ground. It's like you get hot feet when you're around the person that you like, and it's just like, okay. Himedere, they're like a princess. They want to be treated like royalty, very arrogant, overly dramatic sometimes, very like, oh, you need to do everything for me. Go get me that teacup, and if you don't, I'm going to throw it in your face. You know, that kind of stuff, right? Because over time, they will just they'll mellow out with their love interest. They'll still be arrogant every now and again, but overall though, I'm gonna say that's a solid S. Character progression when you see someone like that. You get to see them not being so much of a uptight asshole. That's good. That's the good stuff. Himedere is someone very cynical, very nihilistic. It literally is the dude that thinks life is horrible until he finds their like the girlfriend or vice versa, you know? It's a C. Next up is Kamidere, which arrogant, proud, and they're not afraid to speak their mind. And all right, I'm gonna be honest, before I go on with this, S, and I will explain why. If they are at the very tip of the pyramid, you are next to them, or maybe just a tiny little step below. Another great one. Kamidere is someone gold digger. They are a gold digger. Teasedere, basically just someone that really likes to tease you, mischievous at heart and like to flirt. They just like to tease you, really like to make you blush, because yeah, that's literally their things. They're going to do it in a way that is very endearing and very loving. And I think that's a solid A tier. I was going to put it S tier. You know what? I'll do that. I'll move Himedere down and I'll move Teasedere up. Megadere, just from the name alone, you can figure that out. They're kind of like Deredere, like times 100. They are literally, they will literally just, they are your biggest fan whenever they can, no matter what. Deredere is no kind of when to reel it back. Megaderes do not. They love you to such an extent that they just want to be all over you all the time. I'm gonna say that's a solid A. They'll stalk, which is, like I said, not great. Might even steal your stuff just because you held it, and like they might sneak behind you, steal something. A bit of an obsessive nature. I'll move that down to B. Next up is Sadodere. They like to play with people's emotions. They're like a Teasedere, more romantically or sexually interested in them. Like Sadoderes will manipulate and toy with you. They take pleasure in causing pain. Like they will cause emotional pain to you like it is nothing to them. They will not show a single ounce of remorse. A tier. Numidere is sleepy. That's like the best way to go about it. Like very sleepy, but usually very creative and very, very fun to be around. And yeah, you're the one there to really help them out, be like, hey, come on, get up, come on, let's go do this. I know you can do it. They kind of need you there to really like be there to make it so they're just not sleeping the day away all the time. And I'm gonna say that's a solid S tier. Thugdere. Someone that will beat the shit out of somebody physically, emotionally, literally does not matter. They are just the delinquents of the Dere world. And usually they do this to hide how much they love you. They think that love and emotions make them look weak. S tier. Mayadere. They are usually like the antagonist. They are usually like the villain to the main character during the beginning, but then they'll switch sides and fall in love with another character. I'm gonna put it in C. They are basically just a yes man. They will just agree with you no matter what, just to get closer to you, just to kind of like worship you, because they fear of, like, they just constantly fear that they are going to lose you. Very easy to take advantage of. Like, you could walk up to someone and be like, hey, that guy over there, the one that you like, said that if you do this, he'll marry you, even though that is completely wrong. I'm gonna put it in F. Shundere, very depressed. No reason behind it though. Like, if you are the love interest, they'll start opening up to you, but they are just chronically depressed. They'll ignore, avoid others and activities. That is literally the definition of I can fix her. That is the hardest I can fix her challenge. Or just anybody that finds someone like this, good luck. I'm gonna put a C. Next up is an iconic, a classic. I've been here since day one. The Kuudere. Just calm, collected, never really panic. They kind of pretend to have no emotions until that one person shows up that like they feel like they can really spill their emotions out to. I think they're an A. Someone that's just literally, they are just chill. You want to hang out with this person, they're just chill. Sometimes a little hard to get a straight read on them, but overall though, they're just vibing, hanging out. You guys can hate me for this one. I'm gonna be honest, 'cause I just thought about it. I'm gonna move Byoukidere down to F, because honestly, that's just a really shit archetype. It's like, oh yeah, you're sweet, lovely. You're gonna die. No, that is so bad. That's your whole archetype. You're sick. Tsundere, I don't really need to explain tsundere too much. Kikinodo, I am not pronouncing that right. Kikon Dere. I cannot pronounce that. Fuck. Basically, they are someone who wants to get married right away. You're kind of jumping the gun a little bit. That's an F. There's a reason why the word Yandere is one of the deres that is still floating around along with Tsundere, Kuudere, like the ones that everyone knows about. Usually psychopaths. So yeah, that's an F. If there is anybody out there that likes Yanderes, DM me. We can talk. I can help you. I can help. Usadere. They are basically similar to a Shundere, but they actually have they have a reason to be sad. Unlike Shunderes who don't, they have very specific reasons, such as being bullied, someone died in their families, or they just feel like inadequate. Like, they have their own reasons for being sad, being abused, things like that, things that cause them to isolate and have like horrible mental states, having breakdowns and not really wanting to open up. But when the right person shows up and they show that they don't have to be afraid to open up anymore. When people say I can fix them, this is a person that you can fix, and you feel like you want to fix them. Neandere don't really need an explanation. Pretty much act like a cat. That is what a Neandere is. That's a C tier. I don't know. That sounds really annoying. The constantly having to deal with that, where it's like, basically imagine if your partner, you looked at them wrong, and then they just left your house for like 3 days. They just left. They'll come back and like they'll still love you, but yeah, they'll just like leave. Yotadere. They are addicted to alcohol. They are never seen without the bottle in their hand. Misato from Evangelion, basically. The drunk guitarist from Bochi. Very rare for them to be sober. They will stop drinking if it means they can have that special person. Listen, me personally, I'm gonna put that up in S, and I'm not gonna explain why. I'm not gonna explain why. For the final one, Hajidere. They're prim and proper, not like a Himedere. They're not arrogant. They do want to be treated like royalty. They want to be treated like a princess, but they're not gonna be arrogant or rude about it. They're gonna be like, I would like to be treated like, they'll just talk it out with you, be like, yeah, I would like to be treated like this. And they're willing to compromise with you, and they're willing to understand that sometimes they can be a bit rude. S tier. That right there is the ultimate Dere list. If you guys want, I will be leaving a link to this tier list down below if you would also like to rank your Dere tier list. And if you would like for, you know, if you want me to see it, just literally use the hashtag ultimate Dere. Literally just ultimate Dere. All caps, ultimate Dere. If you want me to see what you think are the better Deres, go ahead, because I would like to interact with you guys a bit more. As always, thank you for watching. You're gonna like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a, you know, just do all the good stuff to make the channel bigger, because I want to get bigger so I can do more amazing content for you guys. As always, my socials will be down in the description below. And like I said, thank you all for watching, and remember, shuhari.